Hi everyone, welcome to Medicine for the Soul. I'm Sarah. Today's postpartum practice is a full body flow. You'll need a couple of blocks and a folded blanket. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome. We are going to begin seated on our blankets. So bring your sits bones right to the edge of your blanket on your mat. And that's so that we just have a nice upright pelvis, nice posture. We're gonna roll our shoulders back and down. Bring your belly button gently in towards your spine. Close your eyes. Imagine the crown of your head being pulled towards the ceiling with an imaginary string. Maybe push your chin back slightly. Hands can come to your knees, they can come to heart center. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And we're just going to take this moment to transition into our practice. This will be a nice, short, simple, flowy practice, safe for postpartum. Let's take one more breath here. And you can open your eyes. We're going to come around into some circles here while we're seated. You can move back a little bit on your blanket. And just come down, around, and up. Inhale on the way back up. And exhale in one direction. And as you switch direction, you can also switch the cross of your legs. Let's do a couple more in this direction. And come back to an upright position. Let's inhale, arms up. Up at the top, left hand grabs your right wrist. Exhale over to the left and gaze right. One more breath and come back to upright on an exhale. Release, shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Right hand grabs your left wrist. Exhale over to the right and gaze left. Nice deep breaths into the left side body. And come back to center on an exhale. And let's roll our shoulders back one at a time. Nice little wave here. And forward, one at a time. Loosening everything up. We can get real tense in our neck and shoulders during postpartum. And come back to an upright position. Let's just give our neck a few rolls, halfway rolls, down, around, and up. And back to center. Let's extend our right leg out to the right. Keep your left leg folded in. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, reach over to the right. Slide your right hand down towards your right ankle. And let's beam our chest towards the ceiling. And exhale, come back up, switching sides. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, reach over to the left. Left hand slides down to your left ankle and beam your chest up. And come back up to center on an exhale. Keep your left leg out. Bring your right leg out. And come onto your hands in front of you. You can even use your blocks if you'd like. You can come onto your forearms, or you can bring your blocks out and just have your hands on your blocks. And come back to an upright position. Bring the soles of your feet together. Nice tall spine on the inhale. And exhale, fold forward. You can even bring your forearms to those blocks. And one more breath here. Coming back to an upright position on the exhale. You can set your blocks aside for now. Make sure they're in reach. And we're going to come right on to our backs. You can put your blanket aside as well. You can give your knees a nice hug in towards your chest and be rock side to side. And bring your feet back to the mat. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. So this movement is great for just kind of getting in touch with your core muscles, and it's great for warming up your lower back for one, but also gently rebuilding your core strength. So that's something that, we might want to look into after we give birth, after we have a baby kind of bust through our pelvic floor and our core and all of that. And this is actually great for even if you haven't given birth and you want to kind of build your core. So what this is a very subtle movement. We're here in our neutral spine. You can even maybe slip a hand underneath there. And this is where we take our inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, we flatten our back to the mat while tilting our pelvis towards us. And while we do that, we imagine drawing our hip bones together using those deep core muscles. Coming back to neutral spine on the inhale. And you can even incorporate some pelvic floor work here. So on the exhale, lifting your pelvic floor, and on the inhale, relaxing. Exhale, tilt, drawing those hip bones together, bringing your belly button down towards your spine at the same time. Inhale, relax, and remember to relax your shoulders too. For some reason, I just cannot relax my shoulders during this. And so continue this at your own pace. And this is very important too as you're working to rebuild your pelvic floor. And maybe you have learned about this in pelvic floor therapy, but that when we do like Kegels or pelvic floor strengthening, or you're tightening your muscles of the birth canal, you want to do that on an exhale. So it's kind of counterintuitive a little bit, and you might even have seen some videos online that teach the opposite, but this is the way our body works. On the inhale, we need to relax as we fill with air, and the exhale, we're exerting our energy, we're tightening those muscles, lifting, and the inhale, relax. And let's do just a couple more breaths here. And we're going to continue with this breath, except for on the exhale, we're actually going to lift up all the way and then come back down. Inhale, neutral spine. So almost like a bridge, except for we're not going to hold the bridge. So let's try that. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, we're tilting all the way up, pressing up. And coming back down. Inhale. Exhale, tilt and press. And come back down. Inhale. Exhale. Press up. Let's do a couple more of those. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Again, rocking side to side if that feels good. Bring your feet back to the mat, maybe a couple windshield wipers, dropping your knees over to one side and then the other. Then we're going to come onto our side. And how we get up in postpartum is very important too. So we're going to inhale on our side. Exhale, push yourself up to a seated position. So we're exerting our energy during that exhale. We're actually going to come right onto our hands and knees into a cat-cow position. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, gaze forward. Exhale, gaze towards your belly button, arch your back, tuck your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, really get into your cat, really imagining your upper middle back being pulled towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, pushing that mat away from you. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, neutral spine, tuck the toes. Exhale, push up and back to downward facing dog. Maybe you want to pedal your feet out here. Maybe you want to shake your head out. We're going to inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk forward into a forward fold. And put a nice little bend into your knees here. We're just going to relax our arms down towards the mat and just sway side to side. Really letting your head hang heavy. And then slowly rise up, one vertebrae at a time, till you're in Tadasana. Let's roll our shoulders back and down. Push your chin back slightly. Look down at your feet. We're about sits bones distance apart. Let's inhale here, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. Left knee hits the mat. Inhale, arms up in Anjaneyasana, and exhale into a little baby back bend. Inhale, come back to an upright position. Exhale, hands to heart center, and breathe. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Inhale, left arm up. And breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. into downward facing dog for 2 breaths. 1. 2, inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk forward into a forward fold. And slowly rise up into Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Right knee hits the mat. Inhale into Anjaneyasana. And exhale, gazing up towards your hands. Slight tuck of the pelvis. And bring your hands to heart center, back to an upright position. And breathe. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. And breathe. One more inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back into a downward facing dog for 3 breaths total. 1. 2. 3, walk your hands back towards your feet so you're in a forward fold at the back of your mat. And hang heavy here, sway side to side, shake out your head. And inhale, rise up, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold, walk it out into a down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, and walk forward into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back in Anjaneyasana. Inhale. And exhale. Relax your shoulders. Bringing your hands to heart center in an upright position. And breathe. Bringing your belly button back in towards your spine gently. Right forearm comes to your right thigh. Inhale, left arm up. And breathe. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot next to your right foot in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale into chair pose. Arms come out in front. Exhale, push your seat back. Make sure you can still see your toes. Inhale. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. And inhale, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, slight tuck of the pelvis. Gaze up towards your hands. And coming back to an upright position, hands to heart center, and breathe. Nice long spine. Left forearm to your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. And breathe. On an exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot comes to meet the left in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Now we're going to do a couple of roll downs here. So we're standing in our mountain pose, nice and strong. Inhale. Tuck the chin and exhale, roll down slowly, one vertebrae at a time, putting a little bend in your knee as you go down. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, belly button to spine. Using that core strength to roll yourself back up, one vertebrae at a time. And roll your shoulders back at the top. Inhale. Tuck your chin. Exhale, roll down, bending your knees slightly. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, belly button to spine, rolling yourself back up one vertebrae at a time. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, tuck your chin. Exhale, roll down. Bending your knees. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Coming back up, belly button to spine. And roll your shoulders back at the top. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. And step back, bringing your knees to the mat, coming into a child's pose. So seat pushes back to your heels, reach for the top of the mat, forehead comes to the mat. And breathe. And lift your forehead off of the mat. Come back up into an all fours position. So hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrist. We're going to extend our right leg back and lift up and over to the left and gaze back over your left shoulder at your right foot. And bring your right knee back to the mat. Extend your left leg back and up and over. Bring it to the right side and gaze over your right shoulder at your left foot. Nice deep breaths. And bring your left knee back to the mat. Coming back into another child's pose. We're going to stay briefly here in the center for a nice deep breath. And then we're going to lift our forehead off the mat. Walk your hands over to the left and bring your forehead back to the mat. Nice right side body stretch. And lift your forehead off of the mat again. Walk your hands over to the right. Bring your forehead back to the mat. Nice left side body stretch. And lift your forehead off of the mat again. Walk your hands back so that you're in an upright position. We're going to be moving onto our backs, and you will need a block, so keep that handy. So gently lowering down. We're going to keep our knees bent, feet flat on the mat. And we're going to place our block right at our sacrum, so that flat part of your tailbone, just like this. And this is actually just a nice relief or restorative pose for postpartum. Everything kind of weighs down heavy on our pelvic floor, and that is tough. It's a tough job because it's very weak right now. So it can cause pain or the feeling like your organs might kind of slip out of you. That's very common to have that feeling. Not for that to happen, but it does happen. But to have that feeling like there's just a lot of weight right here and I don't know what to do with that. So this literally just allows everything to kind of slide back a little bit, take the weight off, and this is actually a great opportunity when you're in a position like this to do those breathing exercises, those Kegel exercises, those, tightening and lifting the birth canal. Those pelvic floor exercises are extra beneficial when we're in a position like this. So there's not that added weight, that added struggle on top of our exercises. So just laying like this is great. And you can put a block in between your knees if that's helpful to stop your knees from falling out to the side. You can bring your arms out to the side, allow your chest to fall open. Take a couple mindful deep breaths here. And then while we're here, let's bring our legs up into the sky. If you need to readjust your prop, that's fine. You can do this up against a wall for an extended period of time. It's nice for any sort of anxiety or sleeplessness. One more deep breath here. And exhale, bring your feet back down to the mat. Lift up slightly, slide that block out. Let's give our knees a nice hug and taking whatever movements feel good right here, maybe rocking side to side. Bring your left foot to the mat, keeping your knee bent. Right ankle comes to your left thigh. You can stay here. You can lift your left foot off of the mat, or you can kind of bring yourself side to side here. It feels really good too. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Let's switch sides. Taking whatever version of the figure 4 feels good for you. And release. Give your knees one more squeeze here. And bring your feet back down to the mat. You can take your Shavasana like this. You can knock your knees in together. You can do the classic laying flat on your mat. Or you can do your legs up the wall pose that we just kind of did in the air. It's also a nice relaxing pose. Bring your arms out to the side, palms facing up, ready to receive the gifts of the universe. Allow your chest to fall open. Eyes are closed, forehead is relaxed. Release your jaw. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Acknowledge and congratulate yourself for taking the time for yourself on your mat today. Let's take one more inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back to your body. And keeping your eyes closed, roll onto your side. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, push yourself up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to your third eye. The light in me recognizes the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.